CFJC Sports and TRU Athletics bring you a peek at this weekend's games with Wolfpack TV.
As the soccer season came to an end last weekend, the volleyball season began for the TRU Wolfpack, but both teams have a bye this weekend before returning to action on home court next week. So basketball will take over the court at the Tournament Capital Center this weekend for the beginning of the Canada West season against the Trinity Western Spartans. Women's basketball turns the page on a new chapter in their history and also goes back to the future. Goran Nogic is the new head coach, replacing Scott Reeves with experience at different levels of the game, including professional in Europe. The Serbian-born Nogic is tasked with turning around a team that's missed the playoffs each of the last 3 years.
Finally, we will start to compete for what we are doing in the last 2 months. So, like me, personally, I'm not feeling any kind of the pressure because I know that together with my players, we did the best what we can in the last 2 months.
After taking a year off to concentrate on being a mother to her young daughter and on her studies, fifth-year guard Emma Piggin returns this season. 2 years ago, Piggin was second on the team in points per game. Her play on defense, a touch at the hoop, and her veteran leadership will be welcome following the graduation of Michelle Boss, the Wolfpack scoring leader a year ago.
I'm trying to do a lot of leading by example, showing up to practices half an hour early, like being on the court, ready to play, kind of warming up before coach gets there, making sure that all my studies are done, like so not just on-court stuff, off-court stuff I'm trying to pass along by example.
Meanwhile, the Wolfpack men also go into another season after missing the playoffs a year ago. They will return 6 players from that team. Scott Clark is going into his 10th season as the head coach after 15 years at Simon Fraser. He's a veteran of the Canada West Wars, and Clark says every team goes into a season with cautious optimism, but with the old cliche of one practice, one game at a time.
You know, all you can do is look after, again, your preparation, making sure that you are ready to give a good effort, and then, you know, take account of where you're at and then move forward. I think it's foolish to start looking, you know, what might be or that. All those things you don't have control over. So, you know, we really don't look at things in that light.
It's just the same as every other year, I guess. We're looking to have a good effort this weekend and just preparing, trying to get better every practice and every day that we're out here.
How's the team looking? What do you think?
And that weekend and that season begins tomorrow night. The Spartans here to open it against the Wolfpack. Tomorrow night, the men at 5, the women at 7. Saturday, the women go first, followed by the men. It's also a big weekend for the Wolfpack swim team. Brad Dahlke will have his team at a meet at UBC against some top-caliber college and university competition.
We're going to the Colleges Cup, so it's got all the universities from Western Canada will be competing, plus SFU, which is SFU competes NC2A. So we've got all the big schools that are going to be competing in it, and it's kind of like our last chance to qualify for Canada West competition coming up at the end of November.
Your TRU Athletics Weekend Preview is brought to you by CFJC Sports and TRU Athletics.